Greetings and salutations, friends. We are at, well, actually, I don't remember the name of this town. Which is kind of sad because I just played this yesterday. Well, we're at that town where the ship is. And we're gonna do stuff, like hopefully find a ship. And what's that sparkly stuff in the wall there? Well, checking it doesn't seem to do anything. Yeah, nothing happens. I guess it's just sparkly water. Welcome, pilgrims to Ghent. Oh well, yeah, there's the name. Blessings of the goddess be upon you. I think we, talked to this guy already, but I'll just read his dialogue. If the winding path of destiny has brought you here, then surely it was meant to be. So these are really, really religious type folk. When my poor daughter was struck down by a cruel sickness, we made a pilgrimage to every other so-called holy site. But Ghent's the only one that gets results. My daughter's looking more chipper by the day. Let's see. There's a horse. Snort, snort, whinny, neigh. So that's a population of 2 horses in this game. Legend speaks of a divine steed that descended from the heavens and landed here in Ghent. Could this humble horse be a descendant of that sacred steed? I sincerely doubt it. The armaments crafted in Ghent are each imbued with the divine grace of the goddess. Woe betide anyone who doesn't use them in cause of justice and rightitude. Oh. That reminds me, there was a word that I was not familiar with in the last episode when we talked to a merchant. He said the word, I think it's palavar, and I was befuddled by that word. I didn't know what it meant at all. I was really scratching my head. It is a real word, and it means a long drawn out conversation. Kind of like my monologues while playing these games. I think that would qualify as a palavar. So yeah, there we have it. The more you know, right? We'll talk to the shopkeepers last. We'll search the houses and stuff. Have you traveled to be cured of some terrible illness? Nope. I see, so you're just hoping some of our town's sacredness rubs off on you. Well, good luck. Yeah, really? Well, you look just fine to me. Since ancient times, bards and balladeers have celebrated the holy warriors of Ghent. When the world is in danger, they have always risen to battle evil and justice in all its forms. Awesome. Okay, let's see. So maybe I can select classes again? Ha ha ha. That is a funny joke that I made. They're gonna make us wait longer, I have that feeling. He who wields the staff of Ghent has unparalleled power to cure the wounds of those around them. Or to cure those around him, excuse me. Adding words to that. Even in the heat of battle, a wave of the staff can restore health in the blink of an eye. Nice. Can I have that? When I grow up, I pray I'm just like the blessed Nevin, the chosen one. Nevin may still be young, but he's fast approaching his grandfather, the Elder, in terms of sheer holiness. Oh, interesting stuff. I didn't know there was like a holiness meter. I didn't know they could quantify that. Gaze upon this sacred abode, for this is where our Elder resides. A more holy man you will not meet. You can go in and have a poke around if you like. Just don't rearrange the furniture or anything. So I guess this guy's like the Pope of the Dragon Quest VI world. Dragon Quest VI Pope. I thought he was going to be in here. I guess not. Plot twist. The sacred ship dubbed the Providence has long been enshrined here. Oh, well, that's really helpful. So the ship is docked in a building. That's great. It's just what we need. We don't make anything easy. But if you think you can just wander on board, you've got another thing coming. Without the Elder's permission, this is as close as you'll get. What's this guy doing? Is he taking a leak? Do they know how bleeding far I traveled to go look at their bleeding ship only to be told I need a bleeding permission from a bleeding elder? That's pretty funny. He might just be taking a leak. Did we talk to her? Yes, we did. Okay, lady, we know your story. We know your story, NPC, so we are not going to talk to the elder quite yet. We'll check out the other houses. I always do the opposite of what I should do in these kind of games. Luck, with luck, a seed of resilience. And we will take that seed of resilience and get resilient with it. Yay, 3 resilience. And you know what, I'm gonna put this thing in the bag. Sorry to arrange inventory while you guys are watching this, but I forget a lot. I hear that our blessed elder tried to cure King Samus without any luck. What's that you say? King Samus is back on his feet? Well, there you go. The elder's prayers must have finally reached the goddess. Okay. I guess that's, if you want to explain it like that. I'm not sure if that's exactly what went down, but... Although, I mean, technically, we were sent on this mission by the goddess, so... Oh, awesome. Plain clothes. That's what we need, is more of them. It must be a joke. That must be a running gag to these people. Let's put plain clothes in the clothes drawer, because that's what you would find in one. Every day that passes, I feel a little bit stronger. I can't wait to go back out and play. You'll play with me, won't you? Oh, yeah, if a monster hasn't eaten me. Thank Goddess for the grace you have bestowed upon us. When I hobbled into Ghent, I could barely muster the energy to get out of bed in the morning. Now look at me. I've got more energy than I know what to do with. And he's just gonna say, do you want a room? Which we will get eventually. We will do that. Of course, the rooms here are, extra holy, right? I don't know, I was trying to make a joke, but just kind of fell flat. We humble citizens of Ghent live our daily lives in the spirit of gratitude to the goddess. If it wasn't for her grace and goodwill, we wouldn't be able to enjoy this fine food. Thank you, goddess. Okie dokie. And cows! Oh, and then I skipped through what she was saying. Okay. Oh, wow, that was a lot of text, too. Okay, let's try that again. Go on, gobble it up, that's right. But with feeding the cattle and tending to my husband, I don't have a single solitary second to myself. Showing gratitude to the goddess is all well and good, but how about showing some gratitude to me once in a while? Spirit of gratitude indeed. Sometimes I wish I'd never left my village to come here. Moo moo. Moo moo moo. Moo 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 moo. These guys get along with the cow from Diablo. I might actually do a Let's Play of that. And there's, come to think of it, there's more cows in this game at the moment than there are horses. There's 2 horses and 3 cows. Okay, let's get some weapons. Bye! What do I need? Things to hit things with. Doesn't have here, oh, that's useless. 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 Well, that looks pretty good. cautery sword. Looks like it's made out of a cross, huh? So, I don't know, should I ditch my boomerang and go for a fancy sword? I'm surprised Millie can use that. It's surprising. Okay, well, I guess I will get... I guess I'll get 2 of these. Have a go at using it as an item in battle can be quite effective. Who's going to carry it? We'll have, Millie carry it. Yes, let's equip it. And I'm just going to have Jimbobo hold this. I think the boomerang will do, you know, of course if you're fighting a lot of enemies at once, the boomerang's a better choice. But I think it'd be good to have something like that on hand for anything that's, you know, any bosses or anything like that. And we'll give Ashlyn a Morning Star. Because that's what every teenage girl wants, is a Morning Star. Yes, I'd love to equip it. Alright, there we go. You know, let me check this once more. I think we're good, Alright, let's see. The armor shop. What would I like to buy? Armor? And the problem we have here is, we have a little problem here. And that is the fact that we don't have any money. We have very little money left. And it's not because we're poor, it's because our money's in the bank. Our money's in the bank, and there's no bank here. WTF. What the... Why? Why would they do that to me? It's not a big deal, really, but, you know, still. I mean, I would think that the rational thing to do is to put your money in the bank, and if you design a game with that feature, you'd have a few banks scattered around, right? That's okay. I will actually grind out the money. That's what I'm gonna do. And this might end up being a 2-part episode because of that. Maybe I'll do a few fights just to make it interesting for you. And you know what, let's go do this now before we talk to the Elder. We'll do a few fights, I'll get a little money, and then I'll cut the video, grind on my own a little bit, and we'll come back and talk to the Elder. I think that is a fine plan. Now, I'll see how long this goes. I might make this 2 videos, I might make it 1. Let's use the cautery sword, right? Yeah, we'll just do it that way. We'll see what happens. Flames burst forth from the blade. That's not too bad. I mean, I guess it's kind of useful, right? We'll do another fight for you guys. Why not, right? I wonder if are there a number of items that can be used? Did we find some before? Because I know Millie had that dagger. That was like a special item. It had yeah, the poison moth knife. We'll see if that does anything. Nothing happens. It was worth a try, right? Of course they're missing because we got dazzled. Let's just say one of the beasts stared into blank space. That's funny stuff. So yeah, I'm going to do a little more grinding. I'm going to get some money together. Might as well. It's never hurts to have a few levels here and there. And you know, I'll be back. I'll just make this a longer episode. I'm just going to buy that gear off screen. I don't think you guys are too interested in seeing. If you're curious, I'm going to buy full plate mail for Carver, and I guess there's evasion cloaks for the girls, I guess. If they're really good, I might get them for everyone, because it says you randomly evade. I guess it boosts your evasion rate or something, so that might be a really good item. I know sometimes in games, you know, there's stuff like that. And if you're clever about how you equip characters, you can really get some crazy builds. So, we'll see what we get. We'll see what we get. I will be back, and you won't even think any time passed, because that's magic of editing, yeah. Right, I'm back after getting some money together to buy that equipment. I could have just walked into, back to Somnio, or zoomed back, and got the money out of the bank. But, you know, I figured why not get a few levels and earn some extra money. So, we have, I got some full plate mail for Carver there, and both Millie and Ashlyn have cloaks of evasion, so we're looking pretty good. And I think I bought all the weapons and stuff in the previous episode, so you probably saw that. We were supposed to go talk to the Elder, I think. And I think that's what he was called. This guy. And we're going to do that in a moment. What luck, a pointy hat. That's what everyone needs, is a pointy hat. We'll see where we're going with this. The blessed Nevin, the chosen one, is taking his blessed time. So let's check this hat out. Something tells me it's probably more of a joke than anything. Yeah, it does, oh, well, maybe it's for another character. None of them seem to be able to use it, so we'll just stash it in the bag. And we'll take this seed of magic. Nice, 5 magic points. That's what we need. By the infinite... no, I can't talk again today. By the infinite and unknowable wisdom of the goddess, you have found your way here. You desire an audience with me, I take it? Yeah, of course I do. Now, patience is not a virtue that the goddess has granted me an infinite supply of. What precisely was it that you wanted? Jimbobo hands the royal missive to the elder. Well, so thanks to the divine will of the goddess, King Somnus has awoken, and not before time. No sooner does he awake than he requests that you be given free use of our sacred ship. This is no trifling demand. Is there not a perfectly good ship at the castle? I find this puzzling. As the goddess moves in mysterious ways, so too does it seem. Oh my god, I cannot frickin' read tonight. So too it seems does King Somnus. This request may have come directly from the king, but our people answer only to the goddess herself. I cannot lend you the ship. Please accept my apologies, but your journey has been in vain. Wow, well, I guess we're going to have to kill him and take the ship. Oh, well, actually we can't. Well, oh, something's happening. Grandfather, I have returned. This guy has a rather pointy-looking hat. Nevin, you are back. How are your studies progressing? I often feel that I should be offering lessons to the teachers. What a humble soul he is. This is as it should be. I have schooled you well. For the destiny that awaits you is no ordinary one. May I ask who these visitors are? They don't look much imbued with the spirit of the goddess. They brought a missive from King Somnus of Somnia requesting use of our most sacred ship, the Providence. But surely you cannot countenance allowing these vagabonds to treat the ship as their own. Do not fear, my child. I told them in no uncertain terms that the ship will not become their plaything. I take it, then, that you have no more business here. Do you think it would be rude to ask you to leave? Well, I really have to hand it to the people who did the script for this game. Either the translators or the original script writers. I'm sure Hori, which I'm probably pronouncing his name incorrectly. Whoever did it. And I'm sure maybe both of them had, both the Dragon Quest team and translators are to credit. I really think they did a splendid job with the actual in-game text. The battle text, it's a little shaky, but this stuff, they just did a great job. These characters really alive with personality, and a lot of dialogue. It's a little cheesy, but it's amusing, and it's and sometimes clever. So that's always good, right? Anyway, we'll get on with this. I'll get off this game's jock. Erg. Of course, magical light and stuff happens. Did everyone turn to stone? Maybe the goddess is visiting him. Nevin, can you hear me? It is you whom I seek. You must not send these visitors away, for your destiny lies with them. Together you must embark on a voyage to the Isle of Murdor aboard the Providence. Interesting. So this guy really is a holy roller. Nevin, what is it, my child? What is it that afflicts you? It has been decided. We must allow our visitors free use of the Providence, and I must join them. But why the sudden change of heart? It is not like you. A higher power has made the decision, not I. The goddess deigned to speak to me. But wait, this can only mean that the visitors who stand before us are the heroes spoken of in legend. Indeed, that may be so, but it is impossible for us to know. All I know is that we must break the seal and return the Providence to the ocean. What will happen beyond that, only the goddess knows. I must witness it with my own eyes. I must go. The goddess has spoken, and it is not in our power to ignore her divine voice when it calls. I cannot stand in your way. This is the Elder speaking. Sorry if I'm forgetting to mention who's speaking. That's my fault. But yeah, this part's the Elder. And I'll try to remember to point that out. I'm sure you can read it yourselves. But, I cannot stand in your way. I have seen how your powers have grown, and I know the heavens have their own plans for you. Go, my child. It is time to break the seal. It is time for the Providence to set sail once more. Come, it is time for us to go. We must head to the shrine where the Providence awaits us. This guy is a weird-looking dude. Blessed Nevin, the Chosen One, you have come! You say the seal must be broken, and the Providence must take to the seas again? This is the part of the game where they all drown and die because the ship's like 1,000 years old and, you know, can't float. It's all eaten by termites. If you say it must be done, then so it must. Please proceed to the shrine. Come, it is time. Alright, here we go. Let's see what this guy says. So, it's time for the ship's seal to be broken. Please proceed. May the goddess sail with you. I'm gonna see what that guy in the corner says. Do they know how bleeding far I traveled to get a look at their bleeding ship? Oh yeah, okay, he doesn't say anything different. No, I'm not gonna mess around, we're just gonna go get down to business here. Oh, that's one fancy ship. How we have awaited the day when the Providence would sail again. I wonder if we can go on the other side here and see what else there is. I guess they've kept it up. And maintenance to all these years. Each and every day we tend it to the ship. Oh, I guess they did. Ensuring it remained seaworthy for when this day finally came. Okay, well, I guess I'm a bit salty. The blessed Nevin, the chosen one, has spoken. We set sail for the Isle of Murdor. I pledge my life to protecting the chosen one until he fulfills his divine destiny. Big fancy words today. Let's go in here and see what happens. Maybe there's good things. Nope. Just beds. Okay, please excuse that edit. We had some technical difficulties, but everything's fine now. We can get back to business. Hopefully, this episode will just be more than me reading dialogue. We have a lot of that in this series. Of course, it's good stuff. Once the seal is broken, the Providence will be lowered directly into the river below. Are you ready to break the seal and set sail? Sure. Very well. It is time for us to embark on our quest. They say it is time a lot. And destiny. And divine. That's used a lot. Our destinies are entwined. Nevin joins the party. So I guess that's one way to get someone to join your party is that, you know, divine being tells them to. Here we go. Nevin closes his eyes and begins to pray. I'm gonna pray the ship out of the dry dock. O goddess, since ancient times the people of Ghent have served you as your most faithful vassals. Now that I break the sacred seal of the Providence, I pray that you gift us the wind. I'm ruining that. I pray that you will gift us wind in our sails. There we go. Devotor Mersu Votaro Incitator. I don't know if that's maybe Latin? I don't think it's real Latin. I'm just kind of guessing. O goddess, hear my prayer. Maybe I'll try looking that up. Seeing if that's an actual real language. I don't think it's Latin though. That's pretty fancy. It's fancy stuff. Those dudes are just like, oh wow, this is yeah. We stood around here our whole lives waiting for this shit. Actually, it's a pretty cool effect, really. I wonder what the, I often wonder what the original game looked like some of the stuff. I obviously it wasn't this cool because it was 16-bit. No, not that those graphics didn't have merit or anything, but they couldn't do that. So this is a nice little cutscene here. I always kind of looked at the Nintendo DS as like kind of like a PlayStation. I don't know why. PlayStation with an SD card. Looks like those sails are made of light. No, that's snazzy. One thing that I always thought was interesting in a lot of RPGs is that very often when you first ride ships, you can't pilot the actual ship yourself. You don't control where it goes. It's very often like in this totally automated. Which makes sense. You would have a crew navigating and all that. We've arrived at the Isle of Murdor. Shall we get going then? Hold on, I think I better stay here, says Ashlyn. Of course, take all your equipment too. What? You came all this way just to quit now? Now, there's no need to force her. Besides, it's best that someone remains with the ship. Ashlyn, keep watch over the province for us, okay? You got it. Sorry to drop out like this. Oh, by the way, do you want me to put my gear in the bag for you? She's not really wearing anything important, so we'll just say no. Okay, I'll keep all my stuff then. Hope I'm not being too much of a pain. I wonder why she's not coming up. Is she afraid? Is it just because they didn't do a party switch mechanic? I don't know. Take care on your onward journey. So I figure we'll explore, Murdor's Island a little bit. And then I'll, end up signing off. So we have this, and I don't know what that is. Wow, it's a wrecked ship. Cannons and everything on it. Interesting they have gunpowder in this world. So he can cast some spells. I just want to get an idea of what, oh my god. This guy. Those glasses, man. And that hat. Up close, it's even worse. A Gentile prodigy? Or is it Gentile? I guess, is that a pun? Staff of Ghent, which they were talking about, right? Is that the thing that can heal people? Wayfarer's clothes, leather hat. Maybe we can, equip this kid a little bit. See what we can put on him. Let's see what we have. Oh, let's see what we have in the bag. Maybe he would like a pointy hat. Maybe he would like that. I wonder if he can wear a cuirass. I used to call them for the longest time a curious. I didn't know how to pronounce it at all. And sometimes when you just kind of like look at a word, you completely misinterpret it. Well, that was one of those situations. Can you wear the pointy hat? Yes, you can. Doesn't do much for your style, but, Okay, well, we'll go with that for now. Let's check in here. Hopefully we'll find a little equipment for him. Maybe I should have taken what's-her-face's stuff. So there's nothing in here? That's all there is to it? I mean, it's kind of a cool effect and all, but it'd been nice if there was, like, I don't know, some treasure. The place is dead, aye? But if there's another ship here, that means somebody else besides us must have made it on the island. Well, that's true. It's a good observation there, Captain Obvious. Oh, well, this is a cheerful place. This actually looks like, Lavos' lair. A Thaumato-bat. Hell Nino. Oh my god. This stuff. These names. Hell Nino. The enemies are really weak. Weak, but they give you good experience. I like that. I guess they figured Nevin would be a bit weak. Some walking corpses appear. The Walking Dead. I have this on auto battle, so you know, one of those things. I wonder if Nevin is like this game's Bannon. If you guys are familiar with one of my favorite games, Final Fantasy 3 or 6, if you want to use the modern. I'm looking for a word. Not the modern term, I'll just say that. So evac. Squelch. You squelch poison? I didn't know that. Well, I want that treasure there. So it seems that there's several, exits to this area, so we'll have to explore a little bit. And I think after that we will call this one a wrap. Oh, well, and we get another fight. At least we're getting some action, right? Lesser demons. Pretty horrifying, really. Oh, well, it's, honorable to spells. It doesn't sound good. They're really debuffing the hell out of me, so hopefully we can... Well, that wasn't too bad. I thought they might have been a little bit more dangerous. You know, what with being demons and all. Oh, luck, a suit of full plate armor. I bought that. Oh. Oh. That's odd. Nevin can wear full plate armor. Well, that's... I guess that's great, right? This game doesn't make a whole lot of sense, as far as, like, you know, like, as far as what characters can equip, usually there's, like, you know, conventions established. If you're a guy walking around with... Oh, you can't wear a helmet. If you're a guy walking around with a staff and you look like you're wearing a robe, and you're kind of like a smart magey guy in an RPG, you know, you probably can't wear plate armor. But that doesn't stop Nevin. Nevin does not fuck around. He just says, I'm gonna put that shit on. I mean, that's fine with me. It's actually a good thing. Because he needs the defense, really. This game really seems to enjoy giving us underleveled characters when we have to fight bosses, and it seems whenever we're about to attack Myrtle, actually. So I guess we'll be getting to the bottom of this whole Myrtle thing, right? You know, I mentioned Ganon from Final Fantasy VI. I think I mentioned that for some reason I feel that this game is like a parallel to Final Fantasy VI, and I mean it makes sense that it would be, because you know, Dragon Quest and Final Fantasy, at least in Japan, were like the two big franchises, RPG franchises, for a very long time. I mean, they're still noteworthy for sure. I mean, are they quite as illustrious as they were? I guess that's a question that, you know, we could mull over another time, but, you know, I do feel that this game, you know, is kind of, what is that? Money bag with jewels. Okay. A goodie bag. We're gonna get good things. Lots of gold. Okay, I like that. Yeah, you know, Square had Final Fantasy and Enix. Yeah, I think it was Enix. I mean, now Square has Dragon Quest too, but, you know, Enix had Dragon Quest, and, you know, they were competing pretty heavily back then. And I might have said this before. Oh, Nevin gets a level up, 7 hit points, 2 magic points, lots of strength, I'm surprised, and 0 everything else, and we get Fizzle. And we got a treasure chest from the walking course, and it has rags. Yay. But yeah, they competed quite a bit. And, you know, a lot of great games came out of that competition between the two companies. You know, that's kind of the beauty of, you know, of that sort of thing, of competition, you know? Having trouble reading and having trouble with words. So, yeah, the beauty of having a rivalry. There's nothing necessarily bad about that. And, you know, like I said, I probably said this before, but I think it was a terrible shame when, Square bought or merged with, or whatever. I forget exactly what happened. But I'm pretty sure Square absorbed Enix is what happened. Because, you know, we didn't get one big, better company. We got, you know, something that wasn't quite as good as either one. And I hate to say that. I'm not saying I don't like Square at all, or Square Enix, because they've done some great things, but, you know, we don't have that great rivalry anymore. But, you know, that's how it goes, you know? And he fleed. I was hoping we'd kill it. We got a lot of coins. Those are always good. And we got some money. But, you know, as much as I digressed, you know, I was just kind of saying this, you know, there's Final Fantasy VI on the Super Nintendo, or Super Famicom, and there's, this one, this game, Dragon Quest VI, and you know, Dragon Quest is kind of interesting because there's something almost unassuming about it. But, you know, this game is, you know, it's turning out to be pretty good. Like I said, I'm just waiting for the class system. I'm waiting for it. I can't wait. I am waiting. I'm very eager to see where it goes. These slimes, man. Oh, and then we killed the slime with a critical. And we get a level up. Level 25 for Jimbobo. I have to say, I really wasn't expecting this game, you know, to have the kind of scope that it does and be so interesting. Because, you know, it starts out very much like, you know, every other RPG. You're a kid in a village, and well, not really. You have that beginning cutscene with Millie and Carver, you know, the hero. But aside from that, you know, you're a kid in a village, and a thing happens, and you have a mystic quest to go on. You know, that's happens all the time, right? But, you know, I really think this whole dream world thing and the whole mystery as to what's going on with King Somnus and Myrtle, and I think it's interesting. An interesting story. Is just told beautifully, you know, through the dialogue. It's, you know, it's not exactly kind of like the grand narrative that you got with the Final Fantasy games. It's a different approach. And that's, you know, that's what makes it so cool. And I know I talk about Final Fantasy a lot, but, you know, it's kind of hard to talk about Japanese RPGs without talking about either Final Fantasy or Dragon Quest, because they were Interestingly enough, my I don't know if I've mentioned this at all. My first experience with RPGs was a game called Exodus Ultimate, or Ultimate Exodus. Excuse me, I reversed it there. And that was it was I don't know if I think it was a computer game that got a port to the NES, and oh, Neville's level 12. He gets strength again. I wonder if he's just a temporary character, because he's so peculiar. But yeah, it was I'm pretty sure it was an NES port. Originally probably PC. And that game, I was about 8 or 9 when I got it, and that game scared the hell out of me. And someday I might cover it. I actually might do a Let's Play on it. It had really great music, had great ideas. You could attack anyone. And it was very much like the hardcore, very open Western RPG. Although interestingly, I think it might have been I don't know who did the port, so I'm not going to say anything about that, but I don't know if it was Origin who was responsible for Ultima. But yeah, that's, you know, my first introductions to RPGs was that. It scared the hell out of me. I was afraid to even go in dungeons and stuff. It wasn't until I was a teenager that I picked it up again and played it a bit. I never beat it. But, it was one of those games where it's hard to tell what to do or where to go. At least when you're 8 or 9. As a teenager, I was actually using the internet to figure out what to do. I don't know why I didn't finish it. I think I just, at that time, I think I was having trouble with my NES. There were a few points where I did, before it eventually just gave up the ghost. And I probably forgot about Exodus Ultima, or Ultimate Exodus, or whatever the hell it is. You know, but yeah, it was, more of a Western RPG. And it kind of put me off of RPGs for years. I don't think I touched another RPG until I was, maybe 12 or 13. And my first RPG that I picked up again was, it was, Final Fantasy 3, or 6, if you want to call it that. And then I went back and starting with the NES, I played Dragon Warrior, Dragon Warrior 3, and, Final Fantasy, and, pretty much whatever I could get my hands on. I really started to enjoy RPGs after that. Especially some of the classic games on the Super Nintendo. I know a lot of people say, and I see this a lot on forums and stuff. A lot of people say, "Oh, the RPGs of that time weren't that great." Where sometimes they give them a little too much credit. That's the other side of the token. I think they were really great in their own right, Turn-based RPGs are turn-based RPG. What did Corver say actually? Sweltering heat, field faint, lava is a natural barrier. Okay. But turn-based RPGs are something of. They're different from, what we have in vogue today. We don't really get a lot of turn-based stuff. And I am lost. Yeah, we don't really get a lot of turn-based RPGs. I don't think people know what to make of them, who are new to them. There's also all the hype. And, as great as some of those games were, if they're overhyped, you're really not going to, you're either going to come out of it agreeing with the hype, or just kind of being totally disappointed by it, and not really giving the game, a fair shake. And I think that's kind of what tends to happen. I could talk quite a bit about some of the games I really like. But you always have to remember, oh, what luck, a seed of life. Yeah, they had flaws. And, especially with turn-based RPGs, these games, they have random battles, and, you have to wait for all the actions to commence. So they take they take patience. You have to grind levels. They're not like more modern games. If you're playing something like Fallout 3 or something, those are more action RPGs, really. They don't give you that kind of instant gratification. that the newer games give. I'm not saying instant gratification is necessarily bad or the newer ones are bad. These are better or anything like that. I just think they're different deals, and people just don't. They form these expectations of them that just aren't realistic. But I mean, in general, and I think I went down here before. In general, though, if you're looking to just kind of sit back and relax and just kind of enjoy playing a game, these games are good for that. And really, to me, these present it, sort of a counterpoint to action games. Because, some of the games I used to play back then were action games, and that I play now were, could be difficult. They could be intense and draining in a way. If you can say playing a video game is draining, but they would take it took practice. You had to be good. And something like this is, that was a great way to take a break from that sort of thing. I remember a lot of times I would play something like Super Star Wars or Earthworm Jim or something, and after playing that for a while and kind of getting frustrated or tired or what have you, I'd put something like this in and play this. Or if I was sick, that was great. Being able to play an RPG. Oh, level 13 Nevin. Yeah, this guy has to be temporary because all he gets is strength. He got a new spell, Zing. Zinger. And I left the cave. Okay, I think this episode's getting a little long. And I really ranted a lot. So I think I'm done ranting for the night, and I think I'm gonna look some stuff up and figure out where I need to go and how to get through this cave. It's probably not that hard. Or maybe I'll just try to get my bearings through it and not blather so much. And in the next episode, we'll see what I choose to do. But, yeah. So thanks for watching, guys. I really have fun playing this game. Going through it. Sharing it with you guys. And I really appreciate, all the support I get. And I will be back later with some more Dragon Quest VI. So until then, good luck and happy gaming.